donors will receive a $10 Kroger gift card tomorrow. Now, if you'd like to make an appointment, head over to whio.com. There you can find a link to sign up. New information tonight in a disturbing story out of northern Ohio. Prosecutors have now filed animal cruelty charges after a Humane Society agent found more than 150 dead dogs inside a Portage County home. Many of the dogs were found trapped in cages.
Then you see them bringing out all these cages with dogs in it, and then bringing out the animals that didn't make it. It was sad.
Barbara Weibel is now facing 25 counts of prohibitions concerning companion animals. However, there likely won't be any conviction or punishment because she's currently hospitalized with terminal cancer.
And now, your Storm Center 7 forecast with meteorologist Robert Gauthreaux III.
Today, that picture of Dayton, that live image, we could kind of see the lights, kind of.
Yeah, I was hoping like we would see some type of change with that camera, but I mean, today it was harder to make out the buildings. Thankfully, I drew the outline yesterday, and I haven't moved the camera since, so you could at least have an idea where the skyline is, but it was certainly worse today. But at least we're looking at some clearing skies. Should be able to see the moon if it comes up. Actually had a pretty beautiful sunset I could see from the weather office, but as of right now, we're looking at generally clear skies, not looking at any rain across the region. But that could change moving into the next couple days. In fact, we're likely going to enter a wet pattern from tomorrow into the weekend. Doesn't mean we're going to be rainy all day or everywhere, but we will see some rain on the radar. But you can see here, the Buckeye State right now is pretty quiet. Let me show you that futurecast right now. You can see how moving into the morning tomorrow, the computer models have been pretty consistent with bringing a wave of thunderstorms across the Midwest. Not necessarily across our area, but at least across the Midwest. And it looks like the last several hours or so, it's moved farther to our southwest, which is actually what I anticipated watching these computer models. So we're probably going to see some thunderstorms here. If it moves any farther east, we could see some thunderstorms across the Miami Valley, perhaps a stray strong one as well. But it looks like a lot of that is staying off to the southwest at the moment. And depending on where that moves and how intense that is, that will determine how strong these other waves could come through. You can see here the futurecast trying to illustrate a wave at Fort Wayne around 9 a.m. and then another wave developing here in Illinois. And then as you get closer to our area by the afternoon, one of those waves makes it. So regardless, we're going to be seeing several waves kind of interacting across the Midwest, and so depending on what they do exactly, that'll promote our chance for some showers and some thunderstorms, perhaps as early as the morning, but a chance by the evening as well. So as such, the National Weather Service is going to put us under a slight risk for severe weather, at least on Friday. But as far as tomorrow is concerned, we're really not seeing that. Let's show you exactly where we are as far as tomorrow's risk is concerned. You can see how the yellow is generally off to the west. So again, it depends on the movement of that system moving through. But if it moves a little bit more toward the east, we could see just a stray strong storm. And as we move into the next several days, the main risk is going to be perhaps some pea-sized hail or even some strong gusty winds if it makes it this far east. Really not looking at a tornado risk. Now, Friday, we're looking at a chance for a strong storm there as well. And the Storm Prediction Center has at least indicated a slightly better chance of a strong storm or two Friday. But right now, the ingredients don't look as good as they did last weekend, but that's not to say you shouldn't just be prepared in case you do see a thunderstorm or two kind of cop an attitude here over the next couple days. 71 degrees, the temperature in Dayton right now, some places in the 60s. And as we move into the 7-day forecast, what I'll be able to show you is that while we enter this wet pattern into the weekend, temperatures are going to actually remain fairly seasonable with highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s. And then it actually looks like we dry out a bit heading into your Independence Day. So hopefully, at least if it doesn't rain any day, hopefully that day is Independence Day so we can enjoy America's birthday, Gabby.
Sounds good to me, Robert. Thank you. And speaking of Independence Day, that often means fireworks, as you know, and those fireworks can scare pets. Tonight, advice on how to keep them safe during